Hello everybody, my name is Orange Dwarf, and I like anime. Just saying. Now, with that out of the way, let's get to the real point of this video. You can call it a rant if you feel like it, but I'm going to call it an explanation sort of thing, but I might just name it a rant because pretty much that's all I'm going to be doing in this video because I feel like that everyone has an opinion and I feel like I should share my opinion. And you all may have your different reasons, but I might do I'm gonna do random rant Saturdays or Sundays where I just express my opinion about everything that I feel like is a serious issue in this crazy world of ours. Now, random it's probably gonna be random rant Sundays because I'm actually recording this on Saturday. But anyway, Random Rant Sundays episode 1 is our topic this week is going to be anime. Now, anime, as you all know, I have changed my channel from PokeTubing to just like anime, Pokemon, like nerd stuff in general. Like I'm moving to random games, like Random Game Wednesday. I'm going to have probably TCG Thursday whenever I can get the money to buy trading cards. I'm going to have TCG Thursday, and I have a Pokemon LP going on. I'm probably going to have a bunch of other different Pokemon and a lot of nerd stuff. But anyway, that's enough with the channel updates and everything. Let's get on to the topic. It is anime. Like I said in the video, I like anime. Anime, for me, is a way to escape, like, this crazy world and just, like, feel like I am a part of something. Like, anime is one of those things where it's very misconcepted because people will think, oh, it's pretty much cartoons. Well, I'm going to pull out my handy-dandy phone and show you, like, if you pretty much seen my channel, you'll know what I'm talking about because, like, I love anime. Anime is one of those things where you can almost relate to the characters themselves. And I should know because I've watched plenty of anime and I am probably on my 5th or 6th anime this summer as of recording this because I don't really watch TV anymore because Crunchyroll's way cheaper actually. It's free on my Xbox. It's free. And I don't have to pay anything except for an internet bill and an electricity bill, which actually I do help out with some of the bills because, whatever. I'm actually trying to find a job. So, hopefully I can help out a little bit more. But anyway, Crunchyroll, it is free. You pay nothing. You get unlimited anime and drama. There's actually drama on there. I honestly don't see what the problem is with it, but people are like, oh, anime, oh, it sucks. Because I've seen, like, friggin' Adventure Time, or actually, I will admit, Adventure Time is probably one of those things where it's like, oh, it's okay at points, but anyway, anime, back on topic again. People think of anime and cartoons as one, or so they'll think, oh, King of the Hill, oh, it's like, oh, propane, I'm gonna get propane, and then they think, and that's all they think about of anime is that, when really, and let's compare, like, friggin', like, compare it to, like, other, like, a cartoon. This is how people are gonna, like, friggin' kill someone. It's like, I'm gonna shoot you, motherfucker, prepare to die. And it's like, in anime, they give their name, it's like, oh, my name is Goku, and this is my home, and you're not welcome here. When he is getting ready to fight Raditz, he says it in a powerful voice, and says just like he's not gonna pull out a gun and go, prepare to die. He says it in a clear voice, and it makes you think, oh, shit's about to go down. And it almost makes you feel like, if you're thinking of the bad guy, it's like, oh, shit just hit the fan. Or you're just thinking, This game may be pretty interesting. I might want to see what he's got. While there's, compared to cartoons, it's like, I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker, so get ready. And it's like so stupid because they're just gonna. And another thing, it's like anime. They try to make anime more realistic. Like, have you seen like someone get stabbed in a cartoon? It's like little to no blood. There's like ching, and there's like no blood at all. And it's like, really, that would never happen in an anime because even if there's a cut, there will be like a little bit of blood running down. Or if they get stabbed, there will be blood coming out of that stab wound. Or if they lose a limb, blood will be gushing everywhere. It's ridiculous. And anime also gives you that effect where it's like, after you watch an episode, you're just thinking, I wonder what's going to happen next. I wonder what's going to happen next. Not with Family Guy, where it's like, and Imperial's just running around doing something stupid every episode. You don't know. There's not a real story to it. While in anime, there's a story behind it. There is a story in it. There is a plot that's going on, even in like the most ridiculous of anime. And I have seen plenty of stupid anime. There is a plot behind it. It makes you feel like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Because you don't know unless you watch the next episode. Where if you watch one episode of Family Guy or American Dad, it's like, oh, it's just gonna be some problem that's gonna be solved later on in the episode. Where, like, say, I want to put Sword Art as an example. You don't know if they're going to escape the game until you watch the entire anime, because they are trapped in a virtual reality, and you don't know if they're going to make it out. It makes you think, I wonder what they're going through now. And they have episodes where it shows them, in some episodes, it shows them living normal lives because they have lost hope, and they're just trying to live normal lives and survive in the game. And there are people who put their lives on the line, like in the game, because in Sword Art, if you lose all of your HP in the game, you die in real life. There are people who are trying to clear the dungeons to clear the game, and some anime really have an emotional impact on you, because after a few episodes, you get to know the main characters, and if any of them die, you feel like, oh my god, that is like really sad, and it gives you that bond like you know them. It makes you feel like you know them, because if you're in a cartoon, like, if someone dies in a cartoon, it's like, okay. But if you're in an anime, like, you get to know, like, in some animes, you get to know almost every character. You get to know any character, like, even if they're harmless civilians, you get to know them a little bit. Like, it's really sad when the main character of anything dies, to be honest, because, I mean, I cry with anime. I'm not gonna lie, I have cried while watching anime because a main character died, and it was really sad. Because let me use Akame ga Kill as an example. It's a really good example, actually, because in episodes, Tatsumi, I think that's his name, I can't remember, he gets into a group of assassins, and you get to learn about each character's backstory, because during his training with them, they tell him their backstories. Every single one of them, they tell him their backstories, and it makes you feel like you know them better. And then when they die, it makes you feel like shit, because you're like, oh my god, did she just die? And like, it makes you cry because you get to know the characters more. It's just one of the anime is just one of those things where you get so immersed into it that sometimes you lose focus of what's going on in the real world, because like I said, for me, anime is a chance to escape this crazy world and go into my own little world where there's nothing going on, and you just focus on that. You feel like you know the characters. You feel like you are fighting with them. You feel like you are their friends. You feel like you've known them almost your entire life, even though it's just been like 20 episodes. You get to know the person. You get to know the main characters. It makes you feel like you're in the anime because you know them. You feel like you've gotten to know them throughout the entire anime. And it makes you feel like shit whenever they die because you literally know their backstory. You know about them. You know where they came from. You know why they're doing it. It makes you feel like shit when they die. I'm just being blunt about it. It literally makes you feel like shit. And it's one of those things where it can be very misconceptualized because of Family Guy, because of American Dad, because of King of the Hill. It's one of those things where anime and cartoons can be very misconceptionist, but anime, one, has an actual plot to it. I can't even think of any more reasons except there's an actual plot to it. And it's more emotionally impacted. There's a lot more action in it. Even in Dragon Ball Z, there's a ton of filler, but like I said, I use a Dragon Ball Z reference. When Raditz visits Goku and wants him to go back with the Saiyans, he tells him, hey, I don't know why you keep calling me Kakarot, but my name is Goku now. And Earth is where I live, and I'm not going to go back with you Saiyans because you are trying to destroy innocent lives. And you know about that. You have learned Goku's past. You have learned that he has a son. You learn that if the enemy is a bigger threat, if there's a greater threat, you will turn to your enemies for help. When Piccolo even admits it, I don't want to work with you guys, but I will because the threat is great enough that we need to work together because you cannot handle this on your own. You actually learn things from anime. Anime is one of those things where you can learn something from it. Because if you watch Sword Art, you learn not to give up. Because Kirito, he thought about giving up. He thought he was just surviving for himself. But when he meets Asuna, he knows, I have something to fight for. I can't quit. So he keeps fighting, and he keeps fighting, and he keeps fighting, until they one day eventually escape from the game. And there's another bad guy, and he goes into another game, and then he goes into another game, and another game, etc., etc. You learn to not give up, because even Rin from Blue Exorcist, he didn't give up when he was fighting his brother, who was possessed by Satan. He did not give up. He believed that Yukiya was still in there. You learn to be honest with yourself. In No Game, No Life, they admit it. Hey, we're weak, but that's what makes us strong. We have gained the wisdom to survive against all these bigger opponents, all these greater nations. They admit that they're weak. They're being true to themselves, but they also believe in themselves because they believe they never lose. They don't. They fight. They will keep fighting until they win. They will use every little loophole they can because they are true to themselves. Be honest with the person that you love. And Mysterious Girlfriend X, Tsubake. Like, this is gonna... I thought it was a really good anime. He tasted like this drool, and he said it was so sweet. And he didn't know what was going on. He was sick. Then Yurebe, the girl, comes over and it's like, here you go, here's some more drool. And he's like, oh, I think I'm in love with this girl. You have to be honest with the person that you love. Admit your feelings to them. Because you never know what will happen. Doesn't matter if they reject you or not. You were honest with them. In the end, that's all that really matters, is that you were honest and they know what you're feeling. They might reject you, but they'll at least appreciate that you were honest. But, like I said, anime, it's really great. You should, if you don't watch anime, give it a try because I'm pretty sure you'll like it. And it's one of those, like I said, anime is one of those things that can be very misconceptualized. Like, if you watch, I'm trying to think of like a really weird cartoon, Mysterious World of Gumball and friggin' Regular Show and Adventure Time. Not Adventure Time, I'm just gonna leave Regular Show and Marvelous whatever Gumball thing. I haven't seen it. I never intended to watch it. Just watch, like, I'm gonna compare those to friggin' A Comic a Kill. Just because they're both animated, just because they're both like drawn, does not mean they're the same thing. You will not get the same content just because they are animated. Like, in this is gonna be A Comic a Kill. This and it's gonna be Regular Show and Gumball. They are literally light years apart because A Comic a Kill, there's a lot of bloodshed, there's a lot of fighting, and this is just like, oh, I'm going to solve this is like, oh, I'm going to solve a couple of problems in an episode. It's like, no, they are two completely different things. Sure, but I'm going to let you leave off with this. Please don't try to misconceptualize anime. Don't assume anime is all the same thing. Anime and cartoons are the same. Because, literally, there may be some that are similar, but they're not exactly the same. There may be some anime that's, like, really stupid, which I have seen. Just give anime a chance. Just don't be like, oh, I'm going to be one of those people who's like, oh, I don't like anime because, like, this guy doesn't like it. Watch it and make your own opinion about it, because I feel like just because they don't like it doesn't mean that you won't. Doesn't mean that you won't like it. I feel like everyone deserves their own opinion, which is why I'm wanting to get my opinion out there. But just try to give anime a chance, and don't just be like, I'm going to go with this guy because he doesn't like anime and I've never seen anime, but I'm still not going to like it because this guy doesn't. Just give it a chance and make your own opinions about it, because I feel like that's what you should do. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble and rant and everything, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel and get notified when new videos are coming out. And as always, I'll talk to you all in the next one.